everybody. So, coming to you live another quick live stream. Um, yeah, I mean, Cardinals fan. If you're a diehard Cardinals fan, um, I don't know what to tell you. But before we get into it, if you guys are new, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely share out the content. Every little bit helps to grow out. But yeah. But oh boy. Well, like I said, man. I mean, like I said, Cardinals fans, man, you're gonna honestly not being a rude awakening. Oh god, how do I gonna put this? It's just one of those things. I mean, us Eagles fans, we are just laughing at the fact that this man, Jonathan Gannon, got a head coaching job. And to be quite honest, it's I don't know. Like it's like I'm thinking myself, like most of us, things that's like, why does it even Gannon even consider for a head coaching spot? For me, I don't know if I'm gonna be completely honest, but what's good, Daniel? What's good? What is good? Um, but yeah, so the Cardinals bringing Jonathan Gannon as their next head coach. To be quite honest, I really look. I'm not speaking on for, but yeah, not too bad day unless you're an Eagles fan laughing at the Arizona Cardinals. But then again, though, this is also the I would say this is what happens when you're if you're part of the Arizona Cardinals franchise. Because let's be real, you got a quarterback in Kyler Murray who's, I would say uncoachable. That's the word I'm looking for. But not to mention, you running through a GM change, you bring in Jonathan Gannon. I don't know how that's going to work. But I would say don't be surprised. But what's good, AJ? What's good, my guy? But I will say this. If I'm good, I'm good. Just right now, just like I said, coming to a quick live stream at work. At the same time, but like I said, appreciate getting to get some people in here. Yeah, so like I said, Gannon. You look by the thumbnail. Cardinals bringing Jonathan Gannon as the next head coach. After the Cardinals, let's be real, had a shitty season. Then again, though, that's kind of not surprising because it's felt like they can't. I know this crazy my this sounds. I think the Cardinals cannot win. I don't think Cardinals can win or cannot win. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, that's okay. This is what I was going to say before I lost my train of thought there. I don't think the Arizona Cardinals cannot win with Kyler Murray, and the reason why I say that is because, even though when he ever comes back, I don't think he's going to be the same. I don't think his mobility is going to be the same, and not to mention, too, they don't have that really good amount of weapons. They already lost J.J. Watt on the defensive end, so their defense is going to take a bit of a hit. And whoever is going to be the offensive coordinator, we know that the defensive coordinator is definitely going to, or who knows, if they decide to go that route and not have Jonathan Gannon be at the play caller, but we'll see how that goes and plans out. And to be quite honest, though, it's one of those things us Eagles fans want to laugh at them because let's be real, I think not just us, but I think just all the NFL fan bases in general do deserve to laugh at the Arizona Cardinals because let's be real, we can laugh them at their expense because that entire franchise has been, what's the word I'm looking for, been pitiful, to say the least. Because think about it. You could have gotten a ring with, well, if the Cardinals didn't shit the bed, basically. But regardless. But yeah, Gannon, like I said, I mean, the fact that, that the Cardinals were desperate to get a head coach, and that the fact that, you had actually different options. But then again, I've seen where, yeah. That's true, yeah. Well, the thing is, too, Gannon, I don't really think we're going to lose that much, but I do think we're going to try to find a better replacement for Jonathan Gannon. Now, Shane Steichen, though, it's going to suck a little bit, but the downside with Steichen that I've seen, it was a great Super Bowl watch, but that's here nor there. But the thing with Steichen, it sucks that he left, but the downside to Steichen a little bit is he calls a lot too many screenplays, and that's what I didn't really like about that. The way how he designs plays, it's not great. But who knows if what the Colts are going to do? But like I said, but we're not going to be talking about the Colts. Um, but yeah, but Gannon though, it's just like think about it too. I mean, he really don't have that much to work with, and it's jeez, I've been seeing some other Arizona content creators or Cardinals content creators actually talking about this, especially that AC Sports fan who I watch from time to time. I think someone in his chat pretty much said, or pretty much said, don't be surprised if somehow they're going to keep, like I said, somehow if they don't improve, wouldn't be surprising if Gannon gets fired. But like I said, I'm not going to be speaking too much further into that. But if you think about it, yeah, that Tubi TV ad was something else. But looking at the Cardinals, though, if you looked at how the current state of the roster, we had lose JJ Watt to retirement. You're definitely shopping D Hop, and to be quite honest, you had AJ Green retire. So now you pretty much got to start that stuff from scratch and rebuild that wide receiver core, because we know that AJ Green is not the same wide receiver he used to be during his time in Cincinnati. D Hop, I think is still a good receiver. I think whoever needs a veteran receiver could use him for sure. It's just for me, it's hard to take the Cardinals seriously in the NFC West. Not to mention too, that's just an open division. Well, I'm using that term loosely because even though it's not a good division, just in terms of what you have in there, like you got the Niners, you got the Cardinals, the Rams, who've been complete ass. And I hate that's kind of what they are, and you also got the Seahawks. Now the Seahawks, might improve, but I really don't think they're really there. I mean, the fact that they're still going to still take a chance on Geno, and but that's besides the point. But going back to what with the Cardinals though, is that if Kyler Murray, what's good, Chad? What's good, Chad? But if Kyler Murray isn't coachable as people think are saying that he is, then that's not Gannon's problem. That's Kyler Murray. The fact that he holds out in front of a contract extension, try to get all this money. Not to mention too, the dude just it's not great if you think about it. The Cardinals though I almost have a bad luck. The last in a 4-year time span. I mean, you had from 2018, you took Josh Rosen, I think number one overall, and that didn't really work out. And the dude has been bouncing between teams. And Kyler Murray, I think he's overrated. I really don't think there's really not that special to him. Because like I said, with him coming off I think a torn ACL, I think his mobility's not going to be the same. I don't think he's going to be the same quarterback as he used to be, even though he's still in his in the prime. But we got to understand how I'm going to look at this. But that's besides the point. Then you look at the wide receivers, really not much to work with. Like I said, like I mentioned before, and you have D Hop potentially getting traded to God knows who. You don't have J.J. Watt. We don't know what their defense is shaping up, and I don't know about the running backs. First of all, I thought Benjamin was one of the better backs, but the fact that they even cut him was, I would say, surprising, but it was kind of really stupid at the same time. Where he actually had a better game. I think who's their primary? I can't remember who's their primary back. But regardless, the Cardinals, I just don't see them improving. I think they might take a little bit of. I think they might have. I think the record might be worse than this past season's. If you really look at in terms of the roster, if everything doesn't go well or go to plan, I should say. But regardless, I really think, I don't really think Gannon might be like I said, we'll see how it turns out for the Cardinals. If it doesn't really work out, don't be surprised. He won't last a year. That's all I'm going to say. But what's good, Lady Kenzie? What is good? So with the way that the Cardinals have been the last, handful of years, I mean, it's been like I said, the Cardinals is such a pitiful franchise. One of the oldest franchises in the history in the NFL, but yet you had some Hall of Famers, Kurt Warner. You had Larry Fitzgerald, who, might I add, should have had a ring, but that's besides the point. But the Cardinals, though, just has not really been what's the word I'm looking for? I want. Oh, Jesus, this is kind of hard to. It's really kind of hard to describe because I think they're just a mess. Just in terms of having an overrated quarterback in Kyler Murray, who's like I said, like I mentioned, it's not going to be the same coming off the torn ACL. Um, who knows who the OC or offensive coordinator to be, or they go decide not to have a defensive coordinator and still have Gannon be the DC. That remains to be seen. Um, but to be quite honest, though, it's been. What do I think? Well, the question is, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow the Rams find a way to. Well, then again, the Rams don't have any money because I mean, especially if they sent. The question is, hmm. We know that there's a couple teams I know that's going to be drafting a quarterback. That's definitely Indy and probably Carolina, but I would be shocked if Carolina went a different route in this upcoming draft. But I would say, well, I've been hearing a lot, and speaking of that too, actually, I haven't really got a chance to talk about that. There's been rumors and reports saying, well, Lamar might get traded, or in this case, be franchise tag, which I don't think he's going to take that franchise tag, because he really wanted that I think what was it 230 fully guaranteed, knowing that on the side of the Ravens though, from what I've seen from their perspective, the fact that they were trying to give him something like a team friendly, try to know that he'd be very cautious, knowing that his style of play could really limit his career, because I mean coming off that PCL sprain. And I don't think Lamar's going to be the same quarterbacks he used to be. But I really would think, I mean, regardless, if somehow the Ravens somehow trade him, that entire franchise has to be ashamed of itself. Because you had a good defense. Don't get me wrong. I think the Ravens defense, yes, it's a great defense, but it's overhyped. That's the way that I see it. But going back to, like I said, and it's just like, knowing that, jeez, I mean, going back to the side with the Cardinals, though, man, there's like no positives you can say about the Cardinals, other than the fact that you have a quarterback in Kyler Murray who, let's be real, wants to spend most of his time playing Call of Duty, not studying film and shit like this. And this is no wonder why the Cardinals have been such a shitty franchise for quite some time. What's good, John L? What is good? What is good? But like I said, the Cardinals, like I said, it's a pitiful franchise. It's like I said, there's no positives in talking to or describing the Arizona Cardinals, especially the state that they're in. That you had like I said, went through a GM change, got a new GM. You brought in Gannon, like I said, as a new head coach. Whoever his coaching staff is going to be remains to be seen. And if it doesn't really work out, then oh well. And I mean, then if you're a Cardinals fan watching this though, if somehow Gannon fails as a head coach, we're going to be, and most of us are going to say, most of us Eagles fans, we're going to say, we told you so. Because let's be real, it's just Gannon. I don't think it's that great, even though, I don't know. But that's just how I looked at it. Oh, Arco, what's going on now? But shout out to everybody that was in the chat, though. Welcome, everybody. Like I said, I'm going to be talking about that, too. So, Arco, I don't know if you saw that, I don't know if you already paid attention to the NFL news, Arco, that Gannon downs with the Arizona Cardinals. But, like I said, I'm not going to keep repeating myself, but you have to look at the Cardinals team as a whole. J.J. Watt, I think when you minus that heart problem that he had, their defense was okay. I would say in terms of the talent that they had. But now I think their defense is going to take a bit of a hit after J.J. Watt retires. You had A.J. Green retire from a part of your receiving corps, even though he was never really that impactful. Because, like I said, it's not the same. They pretty much need everything, but they're going to have to. But then again, how much? The question is, how much money are they going to be willing to? I don't think they know what their cap situation is looking like. But like I said, I'll talk about more of that on my lunchtime show, which is more. Which I did bring up a new show on this channel as well. But Yeah, the Cardinals are going to need everything. Knowing that they're already about to think about trading D-Hop. I don't know what the running backs are looking like. It just, look at this team. It's just that entire team is in shambles. But like I said, like I said, only time will tell. If somehow Gannon seems to fail and not do well as a head coach, then the Arizona Cardinals and the fan base, I told you so. We're gonna say, "Well, told you so." I mean, I really want to say that, but I mean, realistically, we're gonna say we told you. I don't say we told you so, but you're gonna experience firsthand how much us had to, especially us Eagles fans, had to put up with this dude's bullshit. So I mean, that's here nor there. But like I said, we're have to wait and see how everything turns out, and that's great. Yeah, well, like I said, I'll talk more. Like I said, I'll talk more about that tomorrow. On the lunchtime show for sure, because I haven't really talked basketball in much and quite forever, what it seems like forever. But like I said, we'll do more of that on Friday, probably around, I would say, we'll see. I'll figure something out. But like I said, I don't want to spend too much time talking about it because I did drop a short on this. Thought I did a quick live stream and stuff like that. But with that being said, if you guys are new, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, definitely share out the content. I'll see you guys